Hello, Mamams!
Hi, Papaps! I'm back!
Yes! Jack is back! Welcome
Hi,
to...
namiss niyo ba ako? Anong balita?
Well, on this video, mga mamas and papas are so excited because we are going to discuss another relationship issues.
Nako?
Yes.
Ano ba yan? Ano ba ang gusto mong i-discuss na relationship issue?
Yes, and we will be discussing the usual lies that men tell women.
Ano yan? Bakit? Kawawa na naman ng mga lalaki.
Hindi.
Kawawa yung mga lalaki.
Of course
Ay,
not.
ng mga lalaki.
See, that's already the best example of a lie. So, mga mamas and papas, don't go away. So, mga mamas and papas, we're back and Jack is finally back. Yan. So, I don't know. Yay! I don't know if he's willing to tell us or lie why he is missing. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Ha?
Okay yan.
Okay ba?
Isisiwalat ko na lahat. Para sa kapakanan ng mga kababayan.
So, yan mga mamas and papas, he keeps on lying. But anyway, so mga mamas and papas, as we all know, relationships is not always perfect. And most of the time, we have to lie. Or minsan, white lies or really lies. so so that our relationship will stay put, di ba? So, okay, who will do the honors first? Ikaw o ako? Ikaw muna.
Ako muna. Sige,
Okay.
since medyo nawala ako for a time. So, na-miss ko kayong mga mamaps and papaps.
Yes.
So, ang di-discuss natin ngayon is lies that men tell women. Diba? Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number
Ito
one.
na.
Number one lie, Jack.
One of lies na sinasabi na usually ng mga men sa mga women is that they say, I love you. Bakit kaya? Tingin mo.
I think that is very common, especially during my generation. That men has to
Bakit
tell,
naman?
kasi ngayon iba na yung generation eh. But during my generation, sometimes men has to tell you, I love you. Just so they can date
What?
you.
Ah,
Oh,
kasi
di ba?
ngayon, yung mga panahon na malamin ngayon, sinasabi mo yun, usually, para may makuha ka. So,
So to
sorry
speak.
mga pop-ups. So, a lot of pop-ups out there, hindi
Yeah.
naman lahat. So, don't get me wrong, hindi ko sinasabi na lahat ng lalaki, ganun na.
Yeah.
Truth be told, sinasabi minsan ng mga lalaki, yung mga ganun, kasi syempre may gusto silang makuha. So, some men say, I love you just for the sake of getting into your pants, mga mamaps. Kaya medyo ingat-ingat kayo sa mga ganun. But
Okay.
hindi naman lahat ganun, diba?
Correct.
So,
Ako naman, second lie. You know, you're the best sex I've ever had.
talaga, yung sabi ko ng mga lalaki yun.
Yeah. Or even women sometimes. Yeah. Well,
Mostly, diba?
of
But
course.
sinasabi ng mga lalaki yan, you're the best sex I've ever had.
Yan, yan. Third lie.
Hindi mo sinagot.
Ang
Sabi ko,
alin?
ba't kaya sinasabi ng mga lalaki yun, you're the best sex I've ever had?
If not, they won't get another one, even if it's not the best.
Nasabi ko yung totoo. Hindi pwedeng sabihin yung totoo. Sige, sa bagay.
Di ba? Yun nga lang sabihin mong they gained weight or it doesn't look good at you know, like if they ask how do I look and you say You'll be honest. Forget
Good.
it. O, di ba?
You'll be outside the bedroom. You'll be sleeping in the couch already.
Correct.
Right.
Yan. Sometimes women tend to encouragement to lie. O, sige.
Okay, anyway, talking about sex rin naman. So, pag-usapan yung sex. Sometimes men tell you, honey, it's not about sex. It's not about sex, it's about the connection. Well, in fact, actually, I
Well,
don't
that
know if
is-
you would agree with me.
Yeah.
Kasi sex is very important sa mga lalaki, lalo na sa mga lalaki. Kasi sexual compatibility is one of the things na talagang tinitingnan nila. Kahit na, halimbawa, sabihin mo, you have the best personality, you're very outgoing, you're the most beautiful woman I've met. Kaya lang, I think sexual compatibility plays a big role also. Do you agree with me?
Definitely.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Parang
Because I
ko
think
mag-agree dun.
I think women lie when they don't say that's not true.
Kaya
Ayan.
nga lang, but some women prefer to put off yung sex in a later time, di ba? Hindi agad-agad. So, I would advise na maganda rin yun. Kaya lang, kung, di ba, hindi na wala naman tayo sa 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. So, it happens naman talaga. So,
Yeah, but I have you can answer it or you don't. But let's just say, how can really a woman tell a guy if the guy is not really doing that great when it comes to that?
how can a woman tell a guy?
Kasi di ba
That's a
niyan,
lie.
parang ego
You
yan
have to
eh.
lie.
Ha?
Or,
Kasi
Really,
minsan,
you have to do
there are
another-
times, mga mamas and papas, we are all adults, and anyway, facial value is about well-aging. And I think if you have a very healthy sex life, you will really age well. Oh. So, ako curious ako all the time. How do you really tell your partner if there is something wrong with his performance? Diba? That's why men lie also. Diba? That's what you've said. Connection. Or, as I mentioned, you're the best I've ever had or something like that. But sa women kasi, performance is, if you tell, I believe, in women, if you tell them exactly how she can improve, it will not be as a sensitive issue in comparison when you tell that to a guy.
Well, I think trust plays a very important role. Ibig sabihin, kapag sinabi mo ito tinatrust mo na yun, parang positive, ano tawag sa term na yun? Hindi mo siya
Constructive
Ibig sabihin,
criticism.
constructive criticism dapat siya. So, dapat ka na ng pagtanggap. Kasi kung hindi, kung ganun, di mo, maglalay kayo pareho. Diba?
O kasi eto mga mamas and papas, I think a lot of mamas knows this eh. Ang mga mamas kasi minsan they fake it eh. That's a lie.
I think that's true. Maybe we have to tackle another set of questions. What women lie about the men?
Yes! And mga mamas and papas, kasi alam nyo, minsan, of course, men doesn't want probably to hear that and they might get depressed. And in actuality, please do watch our video about depression, which is very in tune in the current things that are happening nowadays. Ayan. So, sino na? Pangatlo, ako na ba?
Ito na yata.
She's just my friend or sister. I treat her like my young sister. Ayan. Di ba, mga mamas and papas, galing-galing, di ba?
Minsan naman talaga, friend lang naman talaga. Ako naman, so,
Yeah.
Diba?
See? He continues to lie. Okay. Next, Jack.
Next probably is yung when your partner tells you na, I don't like labels. I, I don't narinig mo na ba yun? Diba? Usually mga moms, diba? Naririnig niyo pag sinabi, I don't like to call us anything. I don't want to be labeled as something as a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Kasi the truth of the matter is probably he's not just thinking of you as someone na pwede niya seryosohin. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi ayaw niya mag-commit. Maybe he's not there to commit to you and he's not so sure about you. So, that's the hard
Yeah.
part about it.
I think ano yan eh. Again, common yan sa generation mo. Kasi nga, nung generation ko, there's really a specific label. Kaya nga men tend to,
Specific.
oo, kaya nga men tend to lie. Tend to lie, I love you.
Oh,
Di ba? Although,
ang dami ng flavors, diba?
although nung time namin, ang tawag dyan, MU. Yun. Di ba? MU. Yan mga mamas and papas sa mga generation ko. Yan yung tawag sa amin. MU. Yan. Kasi ngayon, ang dami na talaga eh. Ang dami ng label to the point na ayaw mo nang maglagay ng label.
Ano tawag sa generation namin?
Oo.
OR.
Ano?
OR.
Anong OR? Official receipt?
Open relationship.
Ha? Ano?
Open relationship.
Yeah, well. Mga mamas and papas, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and do subscribe. By the way, mga mamas and papas, Jack and I would really like to thank everyone who have subscribed in facial value as we hit yesterday the 1,000. Yay! Yay! Thank you so much, and we hope
1,000
you...
more.
Ha?
1,000 more.
Yes, and we hope you continue to support us as we go through this journey. Ayan. And hopefully, if you like our channel and really want to watch our video every time we upload, please don't forget to hit that notification bell. Ayan. Okay. So, yan mga mamas and papas, maraming salamat po. Yan ang masasabi ko. Ayan.
Walang lie yan, ha? Walang lie.
Oo, walang lie. Anyway, okay, ako naman ang susunod, ang next line na men normally tells women, when they break up, it is not you, it's me. Hindi ba mga mamas and papas? Ano 'yon?
Sinasabi yan. I think kasi kailangan mas bibigyan mo ng pagkakataon yung babae. Ayaw kasi talaga ng lalaki na na sinisisi nila yung babae usually. So they take the blame for it.
See?
Right?
That's another lie. Alam mo mga mamas and papas, bibilang niyo yung ilang lies na sinabi ni Jack sa entire video na to, and please do comment that below.
Nako, totoo yan. Totoo. Kaya normally kasi they take the blame, tapos they don't want the girl to cry, kaya sabihin lang, it's me, it's not you. Kaya lang masyado na siyang gas-gas ngayon.
Yeah.
Kaya hindi mo na siya pwedeng gamitin talaga.
Ayun. Next slide, Jack.
Next slide, probably, sinasabi ng mga men is, I've been really busy. Sorry, ang busy ko, ha. So, kaya nga lang, dapat once, twice, or thrice sabihin sa'yo ng guy, dapat nagigets niya ng mga mapams na hindi talaga siya busy. Kasi, sa totoo lang, yung sabihin nun, baka ang ginagawa niya is mawawala siya. One time, tinatext ka niya everyday, kausap mo siya everyday, tapos medyo twice a week na lang, hindi na nagpaparamdam masyado. Diba? Kasi probably meron siyang nakareserva, gusto niyang nakareserva. And siyempre, after a while, pag babalik na naman, so be very wary about that particular lie.
Eh, di ba may
So,
ano na yan? Di ba may label na yan? Speaking of label, di ba may label na yan? Ghosting. Di ba?
Pero ghosting talaga, nawawala na talaga.
Oo nga, pero
Ito,
di ba nagsisimula yan sa I'm busy? Di
it just
ba?
goes to show na hindi siya ganun ka-interested.
Correct.
sa'yo.
Oh, mga speaking of I'm busy, another famous line of men is let's take things slow. Oh, di ba? Yung mga
Di ba
ganyan.
babae nagsasabi niyan?
Hindi. Lalaki yan, lalo na kapag natatakot sila kasi masyado ng into it yung girl at a very early stage. O, di ba? Di ba yung parang minsan yung babae feel alam nyo mga mamas and papas, I remember a friend of mine na ganyan, yung parang in the in very early stage of relationship, parang feeling nila parang sila na ikakasal na sila. Ganon. So,
Oo,
di ba, nasi-stress yung lalaki ng ganon. Di ba?
Ang babae usually very clingy kasi, di ba? Parang ikaw na lang yung mundo, wala nang iba, hindi na lumalabas kasama yung mga kaibigan. That's the reason probably that men usually want to have space for themselves.
Oh, yun. So, I think kasi it's more of not it's not the guy pagka ganun eh. Pagka clingy yung girl, it's more of who the girl is. I think, mga mamaps and papaps. If you agree with me, mga mamaps, do comment below. Okay. So, dahil he mentioned another lie na men loves to tell women is I will never lie. I will never lie to you. Oh, di ba? Oh,
Kaya
yan.
naman naglalay.
Ha?
One way or another, people are gonna lie. Diba?
Yes.
So, when you say that you're not gonna lie, it's a lie.
Correct. Pero, speaking of lie, Jack, how do you know a guy is telling a lie? Yung physical, a lie. When a guy is telling a lie, what is one of the signs, siguro common signs, that women can check if the guy is lying?
Well, I think, kapag yung actions niya hindi equal dun sa words na pinapakita niya. Sinasabi niya, like, if I'm telling you this, the actions normally is not parallel or does not mirror kung ano yung sinasabi niya sa ginagawa niya. And at the same time, I think men tend to be very, very defensive. Yung ang bilis magalit. Diba? Pag na-corner mo na,
correct.
Okay, naglalay ka, di ba? So, I think that's one of the things na pwede nilang makita pag naglalay ka.
Ako kasi ang telltale sign when a guy lies is when they try to change the subject. When they try to change the subject, ask a question, outside, or sometimes they will kind of provoke you, yung mga ganun. Yeah, because they just don't want to answer. Siyempre naman, mga mamas and papas, sa age ko na to, kapag hindi ko pa mga na-experience yan, my gosh, I'm living under whatever, di ba?
At least natututunan nila yan sa akin, di ba? So,
correct.
So, nag-iisa na lang. So,
ikaw na. Go ahead.
This one. So, I think one of the lines na sinasabi ng mga pop-ups is that yung pag sinabi niya, I'm gonna leave her for you. Parang gano'n. So, iiwan ko siya para sa'yo. So, that's totally BS, mga kaibigan. Kasi, like, for example, isang lalaki or a guy has been with a long-term girlfriend or his wife. Rarely do a guy really leaves a woman for another girl, di ba? Kasi, di ba, maraming, may anak ka, di ba?
Correct.
Meron kayong conjugal properties, may legality, and all the things na magko-complicate ng buhay niya. So, be very, very wary of that line. Meron ka pa ba?
Correct. That is very true, mga mamaps and papaps. Kaya nga, I believe that, there are times talaga that you have to lie because you don't want to hurt the feelings of the one you love. But honesty is still the best policy. Ayan.
Pero don't get us wrong, mga moms and papaps. Hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon naglalay ang mga papaps. So, this is just for you to understand certain things that happen. Kapag sinasabi ng mga lalaki.
Ayan.
So,
sige, mga mamas and papas, bilangin nyo kung ilan like ang sinabi ni Jack sa video na to and do comment below. Anyway, mga mamas and papas, have a nice day and please continue to support Facial Value. Thank you so much. Bye-bye!
Okay,